Good morning. I'm going to do a little vlog today. We just came back from a week in Las Vegas visiting family for Christmas. We drove 2 days to get there, 2 days to come back. And today is all about just unpacking. Kids are still sleeping. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. Joe's already off to work. He had to work today. So it's me. I was going to wait for the kids and make them help me unload the car. But I'm up. I have energy. I'm ready to start doing things. Tomorrow I'm hosting a vision board party, so I'll also be prepping for that. I've never done a vision board before, or at least not that I recall. I think I might have done one once, a long time ago. But first things first is I gotta unpack, like unload my car after being in it, living in it for 2 days. Okay, I made it to the garage. The car survived. She survived. Actually, she barely survived. I have the worst luck when it comes to this car and the tires, because on our trip, we got a nail in our tire. So in Vegas, we had to buy a new tire. Or not buy a new tire, they actually were able to patch it. So that's the fun part. What's that noise? I heard a noise. All right, the front seat. Oh, I should have had bags with me for trash, duh. Yeah, the front seat's looking okay. Just needs a good vacuuming is what it needs. This is junk. The kid's back. Janaya has a lot of yarn. She got a lot of yarn for Christmas. But hey, actually not looking too shabby. I mean, again, needs a good vacuuming. Not too bad. I'm not mad at that. We can clean it up. I keep hearing a weird noise. We didn't bring anything out, any of our luggage out. So this is what we were traveling with. Actually, our dog Nigel came with us at the last minute. So this was his seat. So he wore a diaper the whole way just because he's getting old and I didn't want him to have an accident. So I'm gonna unload all this. We'll see if I can get it all upstairs. I may have to wait for Juan to do that. All right, I just finished emptying out the trunk of the car. Here is proof. I've done the work. Everything's out. Hooray. I just need to clean out the trash, the garbage for the car. And then I'm actually gonna go pick up my other dog who was being boarded. So Penelope was being boarded while we were gone. And here's the final result of everything that was in the trunk. Now sitting on the stairs waiting for the kids to take it upstairs because there's no way I'm carrying this up all those flights of stairs. So that's what they're for. The kids, they can carry it. I was talking to my godmother on this trip. So blessed that I still have her as a guiding mother figure, because not having my own mother, navigating motherhood is hard sometimes in perspective. And I was telling her that I was a little disappointed. I didn't feel like Christmas this year. And you know, I didn't get to do my normal traditions, and I didn't even decorate the way that I normally would decorate. And she said, Andrea, you traveled. You saw family. You spent quality time with those you love, those who care about you. And, oh yeah, I took my children to see family that we only get to see maybe once or twice a year. So that was the Christmas tradition. You know, that was the Christmas spirit. That was the feeling of love that I was looking for. I was in the middle of it and didn't appreciate it. And so hopefully as I go into the new year, that becomes more of my priority, is being present in the moment. This season of Advent, as a Catholic, I focused on preparing my heart for the coming of our Savior. But as can happen to many people, I got lost in the season of busyness, time. Sorry, I was looking for a trash bag. That's why I'm down here, like, looking around, trying to see if there was a trash bag. Otherwise, I have to go all the way back upstairs. Darn, I gotta go upstairs. I got lost in the busyness of the season and forgot to be present in the moment. And so that's what I'm hoping to take with me into the new year, is being more present in the moment. Stop focusing on, I don't know what I'm expected to do, but just being there so I can value that time. Not having to be busy all the time, just be present in the moment. What's going on my vision board? Okay, I got trash bags. I got trash bags to clean out the car. To run back upstairs. Open this up. Okay. I'm gonna clean that out. Just a couple of items that didn't get thrown away as we were traveling. We tried to be very diligent about that every time we stopped. Where's trash? Throw your trash away. Hurry up, throw it away. Oh, I don't have anything to like put you on. There we go. That works. But you know, one thing that the way I grew up is vacation, spending time with your family is so important. Didn't have a lot of money, weren't rich family, working class family, wonderful, supportive parents who would, you know, do anything to give me what I need, what my brother needed. Sure, we didn't, jet off to Hawaii as children or anything like that. But we always, my parents, I got $50, that's a tank of gas, we can go someplace. So I kind of have that same feeling, that same energy of, got a tank of gas, we can go someplace. We have the time, we have the ability, we can go. There's nothing stopping us. Don't make excuses. Yeah, it's going to be expensive to get a hotel room. We traveled all the way to Vegas. I think it's like around 1,000 miles. So we had to stay overnight in hotels. They weren't fancy hotels. One was more like a motel, I think I paid $102 for that one. It wasn't in a great neighborhood, but the point was we were going to be there for a couple of hours to sleep and then hit the road again. It wasn't luxury, but it's about getting to our destination. And then we stayed with family. So that saved money. We're so grateful that Joe's sister was able to house 4 people and another dog in her apartment, in her home, welcoming us, offering us every hospitality that she could. It was a great trip. It was a great time. We were all snuggled and cuddled together on top of each other, but it was fine. I don't think we irritated anybody. We really did try to do our best to be gracious guests. Made sure we cleaned everything when we left. It was great. We cooked a lot. Every meal at home. We ate lunches out. But that's one way that we were able to afford it, was we just made sure we had food at the house, like breakfast and dinners. The bigger meals were at home. We did activities that were inexpensive. We went to go get Christmas lights. Lucky though, the Christmas lights that we were going to look at, there was a rainstorm in Vegas, and half the lights blew. So it was free entry because only half of the displays were available to look at. And so we were able to enjoy some delicious hot chocolate at Ethel Lamb Chocolate Factory in Las Vegas. I would highly recommend, if you ever go to Las Vegas, go there for their hot chocolate. It's amazing. And then we also had went to the National Park in Vegas, the Red Rock National Park. I don't know what it's called. Recreational center. I don't know, but beautiful visitor center, beautiful scenery. We did that. It was like $20 for a car of people, so that wasn't that bad. It wound up being like $4 or $5 a person. But we just took the opportunity to do a couple of activities. Joe and I used to live in Las Vegas, so we're not going to the Strip and gambling and stuff like that. We just did Vegas things that were family oriented. So going to the outdoor park, the weather was very warm. We're lucky because normally Nevada, desert, cold. Not this time. Unfortunately, that meant we could not go up to Mount Charleston to the snow like we were hoping, but it was a beautiful, beautiful scenery, gorgeous time. And so I would say, don't let money stop you from traveling. We live in a huge country, and there's so many different things to see here. I even love going through New Mexico because there's a bug in my car. Just seeing the petroglyphs and seeing the indigenous artwork, and the indigenous museums and whatnot. This bug will not leave my car. Is amazing. The historian in me, I'm a history teacher, that's a big part of American history, is seeing the indigenous communities. So the road trip alone to me is just worth it, worth the tank of gas. It's worth it. We wound up actually from here to Nevada, we had to fill up twice. So 2 tanks of gas and then 2 coming back, to be fair. My car holds 12 or 13 gallons at 400 capacity. And I like to fill up halfway. I don't want it to go below half a tank. So yeah, we only stopped, I think, twice each way. So I think that was good. That was good gas mileage. We did put premium gas in it to make sure we got good gas mileage out of it. And then, like I said, we stayed in hotels that were moderate, less than moderate, but whatever, it's fine. It's one night, no one's complaining, it's fine. Okay, we got to our destination and we got home safely. That's fine. One thing, if you're looking for tips on how to take your family inexpensively someplace, packing lunches, packing snacks. I packed peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for everyone. I packed, Nutri-Grain bars, a bag of oranges, a bag of carrots. These carrots were just snacking on them. I actually also bought a bag of the snack size potato chips. That way, everything we had snacky things. Like I said, for dinners, I didn't say this, but for dinners, we would do ramen, because in the hotel rooms, usually you can get a little, the little coffee makers. I just run through a couple of rounds to clean out the filter of just plain water. And then I fill it up using the hot water over there. I fill up the cup of noodle. So there's ways that you can do this on a budget. I do it all the time. I always do lunches. I'll pack my kids' lunch as if we are going to school, right? So everything that they would have in their lunchbox at school, I put that in there ×2, just so they can have extra food to eat. All the lights just turned off because I've been sitting in my car for too long. But just keeping it moderate. We're not going to splurge. It's not like a luxury. It's just to get to our destination. So we didn't stop, you know, like we stopped at McDonald's on the way back because we didn't get home until 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock last night. So we did have to eat dinner coming home. But hey, we did the $5 meal. Like we are not splurging a lot. So that's, you know, traveling on a budget. Like I grew up in a family where traveling was important, but we did it very modestly. And that's one thing I just want to pass on to my own kids is don't let anything stop you from seeing this country, from getting out of your hometown. You know, I've met so many people who've never left their state. And granted, I live in Texas and it's a huge state. And there's a lot of different things to see here just alone. But there's, you know, even if you just explore your own state and see the difference, the national parks there, the state parks, supporting your own state is important. Even going to a neighboring state, you know, New Mexico was right next to the 6-hour drive, but you know, you can be in another state in a couple of hours, exploring. You know, we went through, I've never been to Arizona, Flagstaff, Arizona. And I was like, oh my gosh, all these trees, and it was gorgeous. It didn't snow because it's warm for some reason. But it was gorgeous. And I can imagine going up there in the winter when it's snowing, like, oh, it would be so magical. And I was like, we've got to come back here. But again, it was like a 2-day drive, very doable. So I think, you know, for someone who's always traveled, even I saw something new on this trip. So always, you know, be that sense of adventure. Life is an adventure. My kids happen to love road trips. They also, like Jania's, she's into crocheting. So she was like crocheting the entire time, looking at the view. Juan is more into like video games and stuff. So he had his thing, but one thing we always say is like, hey, once it dies, we're not charging it. So he spends half his time on the video game, but then the other half of the time he's singing songs and talking to us, and because he's trying to make sure his battery doesn't die. So, you know, having a little bit of freedom of they can do whatever they want, but at the same time, you know, we're here around a road trip, you got to enjoy the view. And so they both appreciate, you know, like, hey, time to put your electronics down and just look around. So whenever I see something that's like, oh my gosh, look at that mountain, look at these, you know, in this area, this would have happened. They both know like, okay, you know, we're engaging in a family time. Let's put the electronics down. But a lot of just singing songs. Like we play music, like we played music from the 50s. So we were listening to like Elvis Presley and Chuck Berry. And we realized like they had never heard those songs before. So we made sure like we were like Tutti Frutti and oh, Rudy, you know, just making sure we were playing all the 50 songs. Then we were playing songs from the 80s. We were playing rock music, that's Joe's genre. We were playing some R&B, we were playing some funkadelic, we were playing just a little bit of variety of all kinds of music. We were also playing, you know, modern pop music from our kids like music from the 2010s. So we were singing a lot of like Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga. Yeah, we just like were singing and laughing and joking and, you know, really spending quality time. So it really, road trips allow you that opportunity to be in the moment. And spending time with your family. So rather than getting on an airplane where everybody's trying to get to their next destination, road trips allow you to be part of the journey. Yeah, we were really lucky and we had a great time together. Yeah, I'm happy we took this trip. And just like that, the car is cleaned out some more. I got one bag of like, you know, water bottles and things that we just left in there. And then one bag of actual garbage. So not too shabby, especially when you clean as you go. So, looking at the stairs. Oh my gosh. I'm definitely leaving that for the kids. Nigel's awake. He just went to the bathroom. And he's like, I can't believe I traveled in for 2 days with all this stuff. How did I not get crushed? How was I not crushed to death? Right, Nigel? Nigel, come on. Come on, let's go upstairs. Don't fall, don't fall. Okay, good. Whew. Come on, old man. Come on, old man. Come on, go upstairs. I got my baby from the border. Look at her. She's so pretty. Oh. Did you miss us, honey? Did you miss Mama? She's like, where are we? I've been inside for a week. She's already eaten today. She did her business. Said she was a good girl. Yes. I'm so happy to have my baby back. It's so hard to be gone from her for a week. Yes, Mama's here. It's your Mama's.